My favorite authors who influenced me, who really kind of influenced Harry Bosch in particular, are probably the big three. Raymond Chandler, who wrote the Philip Marlowe novels, Ross MacDonald, who wrote the Lou Archer novels, and then there's Joseph Wambaugh, who's still writing, but is really a writer of Los Angeles stories. He was an LAPD detective, and he wrote about his experiences, and those were very influential on me. Boy, Henry Pierce from Chasing the Dime. I haven't thought about him in a long time. I like the idea of all my books moving on one plane, one big mosaic, and everything is interconnected and characters can come in and out and so forth. And I've done that with almost all my characters, except Henry Pierce I have not gone back to, not even in a cameo form. So I guess I got to take a look at that and maybe see what Henry's up to. It's been almost 10 years. See what he's up to and maybe bring him into a story. I think the greatest teacher of writing is reading. And so Harry Bosch is a guy who came out of my reading. Sure, I took creative writing classes and I got the degrees and all that kind of stuff. But the best thing that I went through was to immerse myself into the reading of all kinds of crime novels across the genre. And from that, I came to realize that the best stuff is stuff that's led by character as opposed to plot. And so when I started to put together this character of Harry Bosch, or the first novel that would have Harry Bosch in it, I realized that it's going to be character, 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 and I spent a lot of time picking out his vulnerabilities, his strengths, everything about him. And you know, you're just trying to make a mirror reflection of a real person, whether it's you're drawing from yourself or someone you know or someone you've read about or even a fictional detective that has inspired you. You draw from all that, you put it all into the blender, you know, everything that has ever influenced you, you throw it all in the blender, turn it on, and you pour out something that you hope is unique. And to me that was Harry Bosch, and hopefully he's unique, and hopefully he's unique enough to stick around for a while. I probably get two things related asked the most. One is, will Harry Bosch ever make it to the silver screen? And if so, who's going to play him? And unfortunately, I get asked that the most, and I don't have an answer. I don't know if he'll ever make it to the screen. There's been a lot of efforts, and they're ongoing. There's people who would like to make a movie out of Harry Bosch, and I hope they're successful. They haven't gotten to the point yet of who would play him, and I can't answer it myself because I've built Harry's image in my head. I started writing about Harry almost 25 years ago, and I built him in my head, and I've had him in my head for 25 years, and so it's a really rock-solid image, and it's not a movie star that I know of. So it's very hard for me to jump off of that image and go like, oh, George Clooney or something like that. I'm sticking with the image I have in my head. With the Lincoln Lawyer film project, I really could not be happier. I think the final film is so loyal to the book and to the character of Mickey Haller. The filmmakers just did a wonderful job, in my opinion, and that's everybody across the board, but particularly Matthew McConaughey's portrayal of Mickey I thought was just spot on. He really did his homework. I mean, he contacted me almost a year before they started filming because he was trying to get into this character, learn about the character, wanted to know where the character came from, so he reached out to me. And that was really the extent of my involvement in the project. I wish I could say, you know, this thing is a good film all because of me, but really I was on the sideline. I was there as a support, part of the support network. When McConaughey had questions or the director had questions, they could call me, and they didn't do it all that much, but I was there when they needed me. My next book is out in the end of November. It's called The Drop. It's a Harry Bosch novel, and I'm looking forward to that coming out. I had a lot of fun, you know, writing that book, coming back to Harry after a Mickey Haller book.